Shalom, call Lime La, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kadash. Double honors to the apostle of GMS, Shalom to Yakim in the faith and the work, truth and sincerity day in and day out. Khan, and I want to open up with the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 6. Pretty much David in war, pretty much going through it and crying out. In my distress, I call upon the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, and cried upon to my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, Salakia. This is not the one I wanted. Okay, verse 5. The sorrows of hell compassed me. The snares of death prevented me. So he's in war, shit can happen, man. So, he said the sorrows of hell compassed him. Meaning,
second entry.
It was a lot going on that he didn't want to, be in the midst of. Because a lot of people believe in the word hell is somewhere where you go burning with the devil with pitchforks, but that's just all fantasy, man. When you go into the word hell, you get the word Hades. What you see here. This is going to be a quick one, by the way, Lord willing. And when you go into the definitions, we're going to get that. Bear with me. Babu Shah. Underworld, the grave, the pit, place of no return. So pretty much when you're facing death, when you're going through, like Jake say, they catching hell, that's pretty much the hell that the Bible is speaking of, man. And in that lake of fire, we'll get into that. We'll cover a couple scriptures, Lord willing. I want to speak about the hell that our people are going through, the so-called, you think the Gadites and the Salakia, Gad and Reuben, you think they were in heaven? You think they were just living regular lives when their land was taken by force and by violence, and they put out the Gatling gun on them? That's pure hell, man. Because they facing death. They won't be put into the grave, the underworld. That's true hell. And let's just read a couple of these curses showing the hell that we go through, man. It says, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16 and 17, Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field, cursed shall thy basket and thy storehouse. You go outside, you got problems. You come inside, you got problems. You go into a big major city, you go into the country, you got problems. You're getting persecuted, racism, whatever the case may be, discrimination, people trying to kill you. That's not heaven on earth. But when you look at other people that aren't dealing with these curses, that the curses are not upon, like Esau, Edom, they're living in heaven per se, man. Only get that blindness, vexation. Verse 20, the Lord shall send upon thee cursing. So we're cursed. Imagine you throw a curse at somebody and shit start going bad for them. Now imagine the Most High putting a curse on you. The Most High don't have to pray and sit and wait. He just thinks about it and you're done. Vexation, rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me. So since we went off, the Lord put us on through hell, man. Like it says in verse 15, if we shall hearken, then the blessings shall come upon us. But if we don't hearken, we pretty much gonna be through. And that's what we are for a period of time, and these curses are being lifted up off of us. The water Yabashim Yahushai. So you don't go under the ground for eternity if you're wicked, because it says Yahushai was in the ground, and it says no, Jonah was in the hell, So these are men on the right hand side, man. These are prophets. So how would these men go and suffer that? How would not that the Lord can't do what he wants, but where's the logic? Where's the reasoning and the backing? Book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 40, for as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man, which is Yahushai, who the world inly calls Jesus, be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. That's plain and clear, man. That's in red letter. Next one I want to get is some popular ones, which people get tripped up on. So yeah, I want to show you those conditions, where Jonah if he don't get out the belly of the beast or the whale, he would be perished, man. He'd be dead. So of course that's hell, man. He's facing hell. Not Revelation 18, but Revelation 20. Starting at verse 10, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And forever and ever meaning a period of time, man, because our kingdom got to get ushered in. Them dead bodies got to get buried. Life gonna keep continuing. And that lake of fire is pretty much a bird's eye view of the St. John, pretty much his vision, man. He pretty much, you could say he was in space looking from a chariot, and he seen the aftermath of the nuclear missiles, man, because nuclear missiles not just going to explode things and just going to go out. That fire going to kindle. That fire going to keep going for a little bit, Verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. That's right, man. If you're not of the elect, you pretty much going to be through. You ain't got that head. The Lord ain't going to be with you, man, And that lake of fire, like I said again, we can start at verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Whosoever was not found in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So like I said, that's a bird's eye view. And guess what? When we're in the kingdom, we ain't never gonna see of hell, man. We gonna be so good, it's not even fathomable. I want to go backward. Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. Remember, the word hell goes back to the underground, the grave, And this is not a pass for you to go out there and move without fear, because fear is the number one thing you gotta have when you believe in the Lord. This is pretty much removing the ignorance and the baby thinking, the fantasy, worldly doctrines. We shall all appear at the judgment seat of the Most High. You think that's in hell? You think some people, the Lord is just gonna split his body and have his body in the spiritual world, half his body in the underworld, for the right hand and the left side? No, man. And I fell at his feet to worship him. Is that what I wanted? That can't be what I wanted. Salakia. Probably verse 20 is what I wanted. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophets, so them that are speaking against the doctrines, scoffing and mocking and leading the sheep astray on purpose, that wrought miracles before him, that beast, which he deceived them that had received the mark, with which he deceived them that had that charagma of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. So what this is your modern day ICBM missiles, man. This is what these countries possess these missiles for, so they could shoot them off at Babylon. Last night before I went to bed, I was looking into Korea, North Korea specifically. Man, that place is crazy, man. The propaganda that they push out there, the news that they push out there, those people live in a box. And pretty much the same way Babylon likes to make propaganda for U.S. soldiers to look at all other countries as demons, North Korea does the same thing on their TVs, on their shows. They pretty much paint this place demonic, man. They say if you see a Babylonian, you kill them on sight. They say they are wicked. And they on point, That don't make Moab less more wicked. Esau is enemy number one. Let's not get it wrong. Moab or Ammon, whatever King Jong-un may be, that don't mean he less wicked for the shit he doing. It says when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, and his whole country's in mourning, man. His family and his top generals are the only people that are. You can't even lead the country, man. And all they talk about over there is launching nuclear missiles, and you wouldn't think, based off the economy structure, that they have such capabilities, but man, the Lord is rising up these nations and packing their backpacks up, man. They getting gifts of missiles to shoot at Babylon, man. So again, that hell, speaking of, is either the underground if it's not the underground or being a condition of pretty much mourning, like how King David was mourning in war, then it could be the lake of fire, which is gonna be Babylon the Great, Shalom, call on Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Ka'akadash, the apostles of GMS, Shalom to Yakim in the faith, Shalom.